Okay, question 3, all about flame tests and testing for ions. So let's have a look at A. So we want to give the formula of the ion that produces this red flame. That's just a matter of remembering or learning that lithium in a flame test gives a red flame, or in fact strontium as well is another ion that will give you a red flame in the flame test. Part B, we're looking to name that cream precipitate. So a little bit of background: when we add silver nitrate solution, what we're doing is we're testing for halides. Now, halides are the ionic version of the halogens, so fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, etc. So a little bit of previous knowledge required here, that the cream precipitate indicates that we've got the bromide ion present. Okay, so Br minus. Now that's actually not what the question is asking. The question is asking what the cream precipitate is. So the precipitates that form when we're testing for halides come partly from the halide that's present, but also partly from the silver. So if we've got cream precipitate, that means we formed silver bromide. Just for your kind of awareness, when we're testing, the 3 different colors of precipitate you can get with this test are white, cream, and yellow. White means you've formed silver chloride, so that means that the chloride ion is present. Cream, as I've said, shows you that silver bromide has been formed and tells you that bromide is present. And then yellow would be silver iodide, so it tells you that iodide ions are present. Moving on, so we now want to identify the white solid. So we know that in a flame test it generates lithium or strontium. So we've actually got 2 options here. Doesn't matter which one you've selected. So we've got lithium, and we also know it contains a bromide ion. So it'd be lithium bromide, or in fact, strontium bromide. So either of those answers would be correct. So when we're doing flame tests, moving on to D, we've got to clean the wire in between flame tests. The reason we do this is that if you're doing lots of flame tests, there might be some residue of the previous substance left on the wire, and we don't want that to contaminate our new flame test. So the reason is to remove any contamination or impurities that might be left on the wire. So contamination or impurities. And finally, we need to think about what kinds of wire we want to use for our flame test. So firstly, it's important that it's got a high melting point. So it needs to withstand the heat you're putting it under, so a high melting point is important. And secondly, it needs to be unreactive. We don't want the metal to react with the flame. We just want the substance we're testing to react with the flame. So those are the correct 2 answers. It needs a high melting point and it needs to be unreactive.